What matters to me, though, is how the court overall is perceived and how, if it was not Kwame Kilpatrick sitting in that seat, if it was John Sixpack sitting in that seat, what would I do? And that answer is simple. So I'm going to go back to my original, keep it simple. That's what I have to do. So
keep it simple. Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick treated like an ordinary citizen. So tonight he's spending the night in jail. Tonight the mayor of Detroit has traded the Manoogian mansion for a cell at the Wayne County Jail. Hello, everyone. I'm Murray Feldman.
And I'm Sherry Margolis. Mayor Kilpatrick will spend at least one night behind bars for violating the terms of his bond. Fox News' Amy Lang was in the courtroom taking it all in, and she's here now to tell us more about what happened today. Amy.
Well, you know, this was the mayor's second bond violation. That first one a couple of weeks ago, he was punished for allegedly assaulting a Wayne County sheriff's deputy. This time, it was about a trip that the mayor took to Windsor, a trip he said he needed to do for city business. The problem was he was supposed to notify the court if he was leaving town, and he didn't do that. So here's just a sampling of what happened in court today. The prosecutors appeal for action, the mayor's apology and plea for mercy, and the judge's order.
He didn't notify anyone. He left the country, he left the state, he violated a condition of the bond and didn't tell anyone about it. We learn about it not from the defense, not from the court being notified, but on the media. But it's our position at the very least that the travel should be cut off because it's a flagrant violation of this court's order.
Let me first say that I apologize immensely. It would never, ever happen again. My sons are watching this proceeding because I asked them to. I told them that I did something wrong. I've never made a claim that I have not done wrong things. And I'm standing here now before you apologizing and saying it was never a affront to you.
If it was not Kwame Kilpatrick sitting in that seat, if it was John Sixpack sitting in that seat, what would I do? The court is, one, revoking your bond. The court is going to order that all travel be suspended, and two, that you be remanded to the Wayne County Jail.
Now, Judge Ronald Giles is no longer the judge on this case. The case is now over here at Circuit Court. Today, before all of that happened, the mayor waived his right to a preliminary exam, meaning this case now is going straight to trial. It's going here. This is where the mayor's attorneys rushed over to as soon as the mayor was ordered to jail. They tried to get an emergency appeal. Judge Jackson over here said he would not hear it until tomorrow morning because he wanted to review the transcript. So tomorrow at 9 a.m., the mayor's attorneys are going to try to spring him. For now, live in Detroit, I'm Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.
And there is breaking news to report on this story as we talk to you tonight. Let's go to Lansing. On the phone right now, Fox 2 political insider Tim Skubic. Breaking news about a phone call you just got, and it involves the governor and this story. Tim, what do you have?
Indeed it does, Murray. It feels like this story is reaching critical mass. Remember, the governor has been telling us all along that if she felt it was warranted, she would call a hearing on September 3rd to talk about the removal of the mayor. The governor has now made that decision to hold that hearing. It will be held September 3rd at 9 a.m. in Cadillac Place in downtown Detroit with the governor presiding. Now, the governor makes no statements on the events that happened today. Remember, she is telling us all along she's in a quasi-judicial role here, so she has to be very careful about prejudicial statements, and she has been over the past couple of months. But the calling for this hearing is a huge, major development. Basically, she has concluded that a hearing on possibly removing the mayor indeed is warranted, and she'll take that testimony on September 3rd. In the meantime, in this town, Murray, reaction continues to tumble in. For example, we talked to U.S. Senator Carl Levin earlier today. He told me he was upset. He had a very negative reaction to the mayor being in jail. His quote was, "Mayors of towns need to be out doing their work, not being in jail, no matter the town." Senator Martha Scott, who's no friend of the Kilpatrick family, said, "Why should I have sympathy for him? He's a grown man. He knew what he was doing. He's not above the law." And late this afternoon, House Speaker Andy Dillon, adding to the cacophony of news here, said, quote, "The mayor needs to step down." Not a resignation, But he's basically following the lead of Bob Vacano, the Wayne County executive, to step down, get out of the way, and let the legal process go forward. And just one more thing, Murray. Bert Johnson, who chairs the Black Caucus in the Michigan House, has no stance on what the mayor should do. He says it's a mixed bag in his caucus, but he says, no, regardless of what we say in Lansing, the mayor is his own guy. It probably wouldn't make any difference, whatever we said.
All right, Tim, once again, the headline to the story tonight from Lansing, from your phone call, from your sources, the governor holding a hearing on September 3rd on whether or not the mayor should stay in office.
Exactly right. September 3rd, 9 o'clock, and the whole world will be watching.
All right, probably a couple of weeks from now because they need to get everybody together. Thank you very much. Tim Skubic breaking that news tonight for you on Fox 2. Thank you, Tim. Sherry?
Well, Mayor Kilpatrick is now behind bars, and that has some members of City Council again calling for the mayor to resign. Fox 2's Ronnie Dahl has more on what council members are saying tonight.
It's a tragedy for the city, for him, for his family.
Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick's trip to the county jail being felt through the halls of city government.
Never could you conceive of a scenario where we would be addressing an issue like this in local government.
Councilwoman Sheila Cockrell and Council President Ken Cockrell Jr. have long called for Kilpatrick to resign. Kilpatrick may be mayor, but they say he's not above the law and should not be given special privileges.
I think on a certain level, given the mayor's action, I think the judge was probably put in a position where he really could not do anything else.
At the end of the day,